So, all right, yes, it has been a very long time. So, welcome back to my channel. And, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and also click on the notification bell so that you do get updates when I update, which is going to be more frequent because, for one, I'm trying to do a series for this. So, yeah. Um, oh, think right on cue, right on cue. You're gonna hear throughout this video and subsequent videos like a fan in the background because I'm hot all the time. So I have it and I have it on a timer so it turns itself off and then turns itself back on. So if you hear that, that's what it is. And yeah, that is what it is. But part of the reason why I've been away, which is also the subject of this series, well, is the subject of this series, but then also because I do suffer from depression, and when I get really down, I shut myself off from everyone and everything. So, and then couple that with my ex, um, it wasn't a very good time for me. Lord. Okay, also I am not a beauty YouTuber. Okay? I'm not. All right? Makeup is foreign to me. This all of this that's been done that you can't really see cuz the light is all messed up right now has been done by my sister. Um my hair is frizzy all the time and there's tons of flyaways and nothing I do keeps it down. So I tried. I did my best. Okay, I just did it as good as I could get it, and that's just what it is. Okay, I do plan to keep doing more of that to get into practice of it, so that I become more comfortable. Yada yada yada. Okay, that's sidebar. Back over to the excuse me. Back over to the point of this whole video series. Um, so I've called this the X Chronicles because it is going to be about my ex who is my ex from last year, but this shit didn't really like end until a month ago. And it's March now. I broke up with him last June when I like got packed up all my stuff and bounced. But the whole saga, drama, whatever the fuck you want to call it, didn't end until February last month. So, and I have been heartbroken and crying and angry as hell, like just completely enraged since. Now, another disclaimer, throughout this series, you're gonna hear how much pain I felt and still feel at times, and the pure, like, unadulterated hatred that I also feel because of how hurt I am. But that's just what it is, because that's just how I feel like. And then again, I am a Gemini, so it's one or the other. There's no middle ground in at all. It's either I'm just really really sad or I just wish death upon you. Now, speaking of that, I probably am at some points gonna say like I hate him so much and I wish he was dead. But just let you know, that is not a solicitation for anything, any type of services or anything at all. Like, I'm not saying like I really want him to be dead for real. That's just me expressing my anger and my hurt, because what I really want is for him to just suffer for all eternity, however that happens, because that is what he deserves, absolutely, for everything that he's done. So, okay, so now getting into this video number one, which is going to be, because I'm going to try to do this in like as chronologically as I can, like as I remember it, because we were together for 3 years, like a little more than 3 years. So like it's a lot of stuff that I'm probably not going to remember, or like as I'm doing this I'm going to remember things that happened before. I'm going to try to keep it like as ordered as possible. So I'm going to start with how we met, and like us first meeting each other, and my first impressions of him when we met. Now, we met in December of 2015. That is, we met at work, and his first day was December 5th, 2015. I remember that because that later became like a little like couple argument. Like not a real argument. It was just like he thought he started later. Like I knew that he started that day because like I had just got my nails done, just got my hair did. I was looking extra cute that day. Plus I had taken like lots of pictures that day that are all gone. Now they've all been, they were in my old phone. That phone got like trashed. So, like I have no way of getting back to them. But like that's why I know exactly what day it was. But then also like that day, I did not even pay any attention to him. I did not remember him really, because that day was like a bunch of new hires. Like it was a group of new hires that day at work, and our manager in the front end, just the front end, was like giving the new recruits their walkthrough of the place. Like this is where this is, that's where that is, and so on and so forth. and and she came up to me and she's like, "Hey, Chanel, you remember your first walkthrough, right?" And I said, "No." It's just straight out no. And she, the look she gave me, which is also part of like why I remember this group doing their walkthrough, because she gave me this look like, really, you couldn't just lie and say yes so I could keep on about the way. Like you had to, like she, like really, you couldn't just say yes. Damn. so so now so now because I see the look on her face, it's like shit, I should have just said yes. But like I really didn't remember my walkthrough. Mind you, I had started not even 3 months before, like 2 months and 1 week before that, but I did not remember my walkthrough at all. Only thing I remembered was that I was told like, "Oh, this is production, but you don't need to worry about that because that's not what you have to deal with at all. You don't have to deal with them. You don't have anything to do with this. You're never going to be back here. So don't worry about that." That's the only thing I remember about my walkthrough. So because I see her face, so I'm trying to like kind of save face, like you were not expecting for me to say no, you were expecting for me to say yes and then keep moving. So now let me just introduce myself to everybody. And I'm saying like, "Oh, but hi, like I'm Chanel. Hey, like how's it going? Welcome," and all that stuff. Like, "What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?" The only person's name I remembered, like of this group, I don't even remember how many people were hired. It had to be like four, like five people, because now like after that I did like remember who these people were. So it must have been like at least five people that got hired, but I only remember three. One was the little sister of one of my coworkers. So she was deemed the most important to me. Like she's the one like whose name I really gotta remember, who really gotta like pay attention to, because like I work with your brother already, so it makes sense for me to know your name too. So like her, it's like, "Oh, okay, hey." You're like, in my mind I'm like, "Oh, you're such and such little sister. Okay, cool." Then there was one dude, like he was extra tall. So that's why like he stood out because he was so fucking tall. And then my ex. And the only reason I like he stood out was because he was wearing this bright red puffy jacket. So he stood out. Everybody else is in like neutral, like they're in black or like white or whatever, like neutral ass colors, and he's in this bright red jacket. But even then, like even now, like I don't like fully have a picture of him from that day, just that he was in this red jacket. That's it. But then they keep going on through the walkthrough. I pay no more attention to any of them for the rest of the day, because I mean I also don't see them because they're like have to do training and all that stuff. So as weeks go by, I'm still not really paying attention to any of the new people other than my coworker's little sister, because like I figure like, oh, we gotta be nice to her. I mean she's actually really cool and stuff like that, so it's not like I was forced to be nice to her, or like it was such a drag to be cool to her, because like she's like a really chill person. But yeah, like, but then also I did ask like what people's names were and try to remember the names of new people, because like working at the front, I'm probably gonna have to page them for something at some point. And then also I want them to know my name so that if they need to page me, they can say it correctly. And they're hearing from me how to pronounce my name correctly. So like I'm asking people like, oh, what's that person's name? Because like they're off doing something or I'm doing something, so I can't like really just go off to go talk to them or whatever. So like, okay, you've been around this person for a long time. What's their name? Who that? Who that? At first, no one like knew his name. It's like, oh, I just call him White Boy. It's like, okay, it's like his job was like where I'm probably gonna have to page him often for stuff. But it's like, okay, you don't know his name. There's at least two, three, four other people I can call. I don't really need to know his name, so it's whatever. Um, and then there were times where like he was in like his department, whatever, and sometimes he'd have to help us with our department, and I would tell him just like I would tell the new people like exactly how to do what we do over here in my department, because what I was told was that like if you don't do it properly and stuff like that, the supervisors and the managers, they really take notice of it and you might get written up and yada yada yada. And it's like there's no reason to get written up over something that's incredibly stupid, like where exactly to put stuff or how you're supposed to put stuff out. Like that's dumb to get written up for that. Like so like okay, I'll just people helps me, so I'll help people, help other people. And again, not knowing his name, but I'm seeing he's doing stuff wrong. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just tell him. Like I'm over here doing the same shit. I don't want anybody like there's no reason for him to get fired. He just started. Like no reason for him to get fired this quickly. And I'm telling him how to do it and he's like, oh okay, thanks. But then goes right back to doing however he wanted to fucking do it. Like it didn't matter what I was saying at all. He's just gonna do the job however he felt like doing it. I was like, oh okay, okay. Like I mean, if they write you up, they write you up. It's not my problem. I don't got nothing to worry about at all. So like I'm not going to be the one that's getting fired. So whatever. And then again went back to not really paying attention to him. Like I did tell my supervisor that I had told him what to do and he didn't listen because I thought at first like yes I thought like he was just like one of those people who's like oh I'm gonna do whatever I want, but then it's like maybe he's also like maybe the way I said it came out wrong and came out like I'm the boss, I'm in charge, you gotta listen to me, you're the new kid or whatever, I'm an OG type shit. I don't know. It was like maybe it came off that way because that's not how I approached my supervisor. I didn't approach her like oh I'm tattling on the new kid. I was like because she's really cool, she's really nice, she gives people leeway. Like if you mess up a couple of times it's fine, just like I'll help you so that you don't keep messing up. Like if you keep messing up then stuff gotta happen. I was like okay maybe he just didn't like that I was the one who said it. So okay like maybe like can you just like go talk to him, tell him how to do it properly, because like maybe he just didn't like that I said it, maybe he needs to hear it from you type of like whatever. And she's like yeah no because like that happens a lot. Like one, he's new, so like hopefully he'll just like start to learn it. And then second, like I've told him before, I know other people have told him, so like he whatever, like either he's gonna pick it up or he's not. In addition to the fact that this isn't even really his department, although he does have to help us. But it's like her vibe was like I don't care if he loses his job because he's already been told and you're telling me that you also told him, so that's no hair off my back. Like okay, okay. And then one day, I don't remember exactly like what was going on the day. I just remember that this particular day, like I didn't even know he was there. Like I just get to work, like into my shifts, I'm doing what I do, and then I get a break. I go in the break room and he's sitting there. At first, I'm like, who the fuck is this? Honestly, that's really what I thought. Like, who is that? Like, oh, it's one of the new kids. Okay. All right. Then I just sit down and I go and like I'm playing. I don't play the game anymore, but I was playing Batman Arkham Asylums. And the reason I remember that is because I kind of do want to get back into playing that game, but it's like I already forgot how to play it, and I know I'm pretty sure there's no option to do a tutorial again. So it's like game's just gone. But then like I hear him talking, like he's looking for a ride, like he's trying to get a ride, like whoever was supposed to come get him didn't, or they were late, or something. I don't know. But I hear his voice, and he has black scent. So, and obviously because I'm saying he has black scent, you know he's not a black. Okay, he is not. And I was so turned off by that shit. I was like, nah, nigga. Like I never really paid attention to your voice before, but now that I'm listening to you now and I'm hearing what I'm hearing, no ma'am, no ma'am. So I have my headphones in, volume turned up. It's like, please let your ride be outside so that you can leave right now and not have to ask me for anything, because I do not want to engage in any type of conversation with you at all, because I know my face. I know my face will probably show what I'm thinking even though I'm talking a different way. So like, I mean, that's me being honest. That's really what I thought at first. Like, nah, fam, nah. No. But then he did talk to me. He asked me some fucking questions. Like I had my shit turned up so loud. Like I know he had to have heard the volume outside the earbuds, because you know, like when people have it turned up so loud that you can hear that they have it turned up so loud. Like I know that had to have been it, because like I'm trying to drown you out, dude. I don't want to hear your voice at all. Like at all. And he's asking me like, hey, psst, hey. It's like, really? Really though? I forget what he asked me. Like, I did have an answer, and I was like, you know what? It's the workplace. There's no reason to be rude for no reason. And I mean, not no reason, but no reason. So, whatever. Like, I think it has something to do with the time, or time for something. I don't know. But like I did have an answer, so I gave him the answer and I went right back to my game. Like I was turning my chair and stuff like that, like keep my back to him, like please read the body language and leave me alone, but it didn't work at all. So whatever. I just left it at that, and I'm telling like my friends at work, I'm like, he seems weird. He just seems weird. Like, you know that Nikan? He just seems weird. And then like after that I did find out what his name was, like finally. I didn't ask him. I remember that I did not ask him what his name was. Like someone told me what his name was. I think it was my supervisor actually. But I think like she was the first person to tell me, and I just didn't pay attention to what she had said, and then someone else told me what his name was, because then like after that like I would have to page him, because sometimes he'd be the only one on shift for stuff, so like I would have to page him for whatever. So yeah. So I'm like saying like he's weird. I think he's weird. I really do. And other people, so many other people will say the same thing back. I'm saying it like I don't really know him. I don't spend a whole lot of time with him, but I think he seems like a really weird person. All because of his like demeanor, like the way he talked, the way he moved, like it was just off-putting to me at first. Why that wasn't enough, I don't know. But then like because everyone is saying like he's a really weird kid. He's a really weird kid. He's weird. I don't like him either. And then like supervisors and managers, because apparently like he would be late all the time, or he wouldn't do things right all the time. So the supervisors and managers, I'm hearing them say they don't think he's going to last very long. They don't think he's going to be here for too much longer. So it's like whatever. It's like, damn, nigga, you just got here and nobody likes you. So then I don't know why, but I just start saying like, you know, because no, it was one person was like, who said he was weird. It's like maybe, I don't know if like maybe it's just because he's new here or something like that, and he's trying to like feel people out, and it's just not going over well right now. Like maybe that's what it is, and that stuck with me. Like the fact that like everyone thinks he's weird, and then the supervisors and managers are talking about they don't think he's gonna last very long. So like maybe it's just that he's like overcompensating, like he's trying to make friends and he's just going about it the wrong way, or going about it in a way that's like turning people off from him. So it's like, you know what, maybe I should give him a chance, just in case that's what it is. Maybe I should, like, I mean, I don't have to be his best friend or anything like that, but I could be more open. I don't have to be as closed off as I was before. Now, again, I didn't go out my way to be nice to him or to strike up conversation with him. It's just that I just allowed my demeanor to change, so that when the very few times that I ever had to speak to him for any reason, like I didn't have the attitude like, get away. Just like, I just need you to come do your job and then leave me the fuck alone. You know, like just more like, if you want to talk, I don't really want to talk because I'm not a social person, but like, I'll, we can talk. Like that's just what it was. Plus at that time, because this also goes into like how he and I started to like really start talking to each other. I don't know why I whispered. That's telling. That is very telling that I started whispering there. But at that time, there was someone else. Ooh, child. Girl. Okay, I just ate like some spicy food, so like, sorry. At that time, there was someone else at work who I had developed feelings for. That is not what I had set out to do. That was not my intention at all. But like, they were the first person who like sought me out to want to be friends, to like want to talk to me and like get to know me, and like didn't think, it was like one of the very few people who didn't think that I was just mean all the time, because I can be very standoffish, and like, and especially when I'm in like work mode, I'm very focused and whatnot, and like my face looks a certain way and so on. So a lot of people said to me like after I started opening up, there's like, one of the reasons why I didn't really talk to you at first is because I thought you were mean. Like you always seemed like so serious all the time. It's like, wow, like I tried to be like open and friendly and like not myself really, to get out of my shell and whatnot. Whatever, but this person but this person was like the first person who like just genuinely like wanted to know me and be kind and all that. And through the course of that, I did start to develop feelings for them. Now, before this, like, I had never had feelings for anyone, not any real true feelings for anyone. I had absolutely no interest in entering into any type of romantic relationship at all. I referred to myself as asexual because of that. Like I genuinely, like, it wasn't even like I was scared of it. It was just that I just don't want this. I do not want this at all in any way. But then I meet this person and then we get to talking, like we talk at work, and then like we exchange numbers and stuff like that. And they're the reason why I have the nickname Shay, because they they felt like they had an accent. I didn't, but they felt like they had an accent. And it's like, well, because of my accent, I feel like I sound stupid whenever I say your name, so can I call you Shay? I was like, you know what, I actually like that nickname. Like no one's ever called me Shay before. So like that's why my nickname is Shay now. But like, yeah, like no one's ever called me that before. Like I actually like that. That sounds nice. Like sure. Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, the reason I'm telling this story, this story of this person, is because the relationship I had with them and my feelings about that is what led to me and my now ex. I should have set that part up a little bit better, but whatever. So yeah, so we're talking, and then like I find out that they're in a relationship, and I find out they're in a relationship with somebody at the job. And I was like, oh, because I didn't know these things at first. But then at first I felt kind of like there's a part of me that didn't like that because I thought like maybe we had a chance. But it wasn't like I wasn't in deep with them or anything like that. And we hadn't done anything at all. We didn't go on any dates. We didn't spend any alone time outside of work together at all, really. Like we just would text each other from time to time. And like sometimes like we'd send each other selfies, like just like oh hey, like I'm over here doing this. Oh, I'm skateboarding, like whatever, stuff like that. Like because I had tried to skateboard again because I skateboarded when I was little. It didn't work out. It really didn't. But but yeah, but then they were going through a whole lot of drama and stuff in their relationship, which is also part of the reason why, like not part of the reason why they were friends with me, but like I was that's like shoulder to cry on, that listening ear type of thing. And one day at work, because this is where like getting into my ex and how he ended up becoming my ex, kind of like what led to our relationship. One day at work, they're telling me, because like this person, like I really felt like real emotions for them. Like I really, 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 really felt like I was falling in love with them. But they had a significant other already. So like I wouldn't let myself cross the line any further than I already have, because I let myself have feelings for them, knowing that they were already in a relationship. It's like I'm not going to do anything further than that. First of all, I need to do what I can to let this go, to back away from this. But like I'm where I'm at. But anyway, one day, get to work, they tell me that there's this girl, some crazy girl, who's going to show up at work, who they met somewhere, I can't remember where, but and thought they were crazy and like too forward, too pushy, saying like, "Oh, I'ma be your new girl. I'ma be this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, old girl, like whatever. I'ma fight her if I have to. I'ma show up at your job and fight her if I have to, whatever, type of thing." And like, even said like, "Oh, they had exchanged numbers with this girl, and stuff like that," and like, and that she kept calling and saying that she was gonna show up at the job and so on and so forth. I was like, what? First of all, there's a part of me like in my heart that like felt bad because like I felt like, I'm gonna say it. I know how it sounds, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I thought I was the only one. That's really how I felt. Like I thought it was just me, but you're telling me there's a whole other person that you gave your number to. Even though I felt like they weren't just out there giving their numbers to random people doing X, Y, and Z and all this stuff. I didn't really feel that. But hearing this about this person and that like they given the number and then like this other girl is gonna be coming down to our job to basically harass you. Okay. And then you're asking me for helps like to keep her away from you. Okay. Okay. So like that the girl does show up and she did exactly what she said she was gonna do. She followed her around the entire day. The entire time. I'm I'm not doing a whole lot because like after that, it's like I don't even care. Like if she wants to come and follow you around, like that's not my business. Like I don't want you to get into any type of troubles. Like if I need to step in, I will step in. But you brought this on yourself. You and they admitted it. They said like I shouldn't have given her my number in the first place. I shouldn't have told her where I worked. Like I'm not interested in her. I don't like her or anything like that. It's just that what was going on in my relationship, I was upset at the time. That's why I gave her my number and now I regret it. So, like, all I did was kind of like, as I'm, like, I was stuck between them sometimes type of thing. Or like, hey, can you come help me with this? Or whatever type of thing until they were like, you know what? you have other things to do, because I did have other things to do for my job, like where I'm not going to be around you all the time. Like, and this is my mess, and I don't want to like drag you into my mess. So she's just going to be here following me around the whole time, and I'm just going to have to deal with that. So, like, you don't have to do anything anymore. But that is also what made me fall back from them, to be like, nothing's gonna happen here. This isn't going to turn into anything at all. I had hoped that it would at one point, but I can see that it's not going to. And even if it did, I don't even know how that would even work. I don't know how it would work out. Like, so it's whatever. But I am grateful. I am thankful, because this experience with you, even the times that I cried because I was sad that you like weren't breaking up with your girlfriend like on your own, because I never said, I never told them to break up with their girlfriend ever, because like I'm not gonna be that girl. I'm not. If that's who you want to be with, that's who you want to be with. I'm not gonna like try to steal you from anybody. I'm not that person. But yes, on the inside, I'm hoping that things don't work out. Like, I don't want you to be sad and miserable or anything like that, but I'm hoping it ends up in my favor. But at that point, it's like, whatever happens between y'all is whatever happens between y'all. I'm not in this anymore. Like, we're still friends. Like, that's how we started this, and that's where I am right now. So like, if you need me, I'm still here, and I hope that I can still come to you. Like, I feel like I can. Like, I don't feel like I can't come to you, but like, whatever type of thing. But like, it's done. It's over. Like, I don't feel that way for you anymore. And that happened in the course from telling me that they gave their number to this other girl, and the girl showing up, and me just like, it's a wash. Whatever. Like, and I didn't feel as heartbroken as I thought I would. Like, because like I said, I had been crying about this person or over this person for a few times or whatever. But that day I didn't. I really didn't. It's like, whatever. Because at the same time, at least now I know that I'm capable of loving someone, where I didn't used to think that I could. I didn't think that was going to be my reality. And I was okay with it not being my reality, because I didn't want that at the time. But now I know that I kind of do. Like, if it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But if it does, then I'm capable of like really being with someone. Now, back to my ex. Now, I'm trying to be a little bit nicer. We're having like sometimes where I'm joking with other like coworkers or whatever, and like I will kind of include him or what have you, type of deal. And so on, that's going on while this person's going on, and then this day happens, and then like throughout that day, like I just turn my attention away from that person and more into like just like being me, and being more sociable and being more open, friendly, and joking and making friends and so on and so forth. And that included like joking around with everybody. Like, we had so much fun that day. Like, honestly, I had a lot of fun that day. That's what I remember about that day. Like, even though this happened and it bothered me, like I still have like so much fun that day. And it included my ex being there. Like, I'm on Snapchat at the job, taking pictures and videos and stuff, like sneak recording at the job. It was fun. And then that night, with the whole sneak recording on the Snapchat and whatnot, and cracking jokes, is kind of like, I guess, like, he and I turned a corner, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Like, I became friendlier with him, more cordial, more like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Type of thing. Although he was still kind of weirding me out. Because even when, like, he found out my name, like, I did not introduce myself to him. Because, like, I was not here for him at all. I really wasn't. And I was like, no, I didn't want him to know my name. Who told him? Who told him what my name was? It went from that to, you're not so bad. you still kind of weird. You still like towing that line. You still towing that line and stuff like that, bro. But you're not so awful. You're not as bad as I once thought you were. And then one day at work, like we're closing up and all that stuff. Like he got to leave earlier than me, and I was like, whatever. You know how it is. Like we're all supposed to be here till a certain time, and then this person gets to leave early. Why not me? Why can't I leave early? I want to go home too. Whatever. It's like it's whatever. It's okay. It's cool. And then, because even before then, like after what the whole situation happened with the person, the other person, and so on and so forth, I'm like, you know what? Like I'm more open to dating. I'm more open to this. All these things that I never wanted before, I'm more open to. So I'm like, and it's literally like two. I want to say it was 2 nights before or the week before. I'm thinking like, well, if I want to start dating guys, I got to stop saying no when they ask me out. I gotta stop saying no when they ask me for my number. Like I can't be in a relationship and then not do the basics by saying yes to a date, saying yes to you can have my number, so on and so forth. And yeah, it was a week later. It was a week after like I'm thinking about that myself. After thinking about like all the stuff that's going on with this other person, that he asked me this night that he gets to leave early and he's waiting for his ride to come pick him up. He's like, "Yo, Shanielle, let me get your number." And I know he said it that way to like make it a joke, like so in case I said no, it would just be like a joke thing and not like he was being serious. But it's like, like at first it's like I didn't even want to say no because like again I was like, I gotta stop saying no. Like if I'm gonna like start talking to guys and all that shit, like I gotta stop saying no. And it's like he's just asking me for my number. That doesn't mean it's gonna turn into anything. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Why not? He was like, "Oh, okay." Like he took his phone out real fast, like let me get this done before she changed her mind. I was like, damn, okay. I don't know if that's what he was thinking, but that's how he moved. I was like, okay, and then I gave him my number, and then that same night, he was like, okay, like I'm gonna text you, like when you get off at work, I'll text you or whatever, because like he would have to text me because I didn't have his number, so like whatever. So like after I got out of work, like I didn't really expect for him to text me that same night. It's like, okay, you said that. Like I mean, I do expect you. If you say you're gonna text me, I do expect for you to text me. But I was like, by the time I get out of here, it's gonna be 10, 11 o'clock. And you're leaving early, so there's a very good chance you gonna be asleep by then. So I'm not really putting any pressure on him actually texting me. But he did actually text me. Like when I got home, I saw that he had texted me because I don't know why. Like I didn't look at my phone. It's like there's like I could see through the window that my ride is here, so I don't need to like call him or anything. I just need to clock out, get my bag checked, get out, and go home. And then I get home, and then I like take my phone out of my bag, and I see like he actually texted me. It's like, oh, okay, all right, look at you, keeping your word. All right. Like you must really wanted to talk to me. That's how I felt. So we started texting and and calling, because at first like I was like a traditionalist when it came to like phone stuff at first. Like now I'm just like I would rather text you than talk to you. But at that time I was like I want to talk to people, but I know that that's not this generation. That's not how people do things now. Everyone texts for everything. So like I was okay with the texting. And then one day, one night, he's like, "Can I call you? Like, can we like actually talk?" type of thing. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, we can actually." And then I'm waiting. Because like I know you don't think I'm gonna call you first. I mean, I don't know if I was like more like, oh, the guy has to call you first. I'm not even sure if it was just that or the fact that he suggested that we talk. So yeah, you call me. It could be a combination of the two. But yeah, so I'm waiting, and then he texts me and says, "Do you want me to call?" I was like, "Yes, yes, I do." And then he called, and then like we would talk. And at first it was weird because I was used to just texting him, and then also I'm not the best at making conversation. I'm not the best at small talk. I am getting better with that because I have a lot of anxiety and social anxiety and all that stuff. So I wasn't the most comfortable with it, but like I appreciated that he actually wanted to talk to me. Like that made things like more intimate for me rather than the the texting, like how like impersonal that that was for me at the time. And that is how this all began. that that's how it is. Like just start talking, relationship form. Yeah, it's the beginning of the end. So that's it for this story. For part one, or not part one, because I'm like trying to make it a series. So that's it for this, and until next time, ciao. Bye.